All right, so welcome everyone to the mathNEWS orientation meeting. Let's just jump right into it. So mathNEWS, what are we? We are the student publication for the math faculty made for and by undergraduate students. We publish bi-weekly, and back when we were in person, we would have these beautiful colorful issues printed out and put them up everywhere on campus. But now we just publish bi-weekly online. Hopefully that's going to change for fall term. We shall see. Okay. Terry, do you want to present?
Sure. Oh yeah. Hi guys. I guess before we go on further, we should probably introduce ourselves. We are the editors of mathNEWS this term. My name's Terry. I've been here for quite a while. So has Clara, who started off this presentation. We're out and about. You'll probably see us sometime in either fall or winter. So what can you do at mathNEWS? Well, there's a lot of things. You can read the issues, which, as Kara said, we publish bi-weekly, every other Friday. You can write articles for us. So we accept all sorts of student submissions, prof submissions, any submissions. It's anything goes. You can write about math. You can write about not math. You can write about news. You can write about not news. You can write artwork, write artwork. You can make artwork. Like this, for example, is a wonderful cover drawn by one of our writers. And you can also submit artwork that we scatter around in the issues. So if you're into drawing more than you are into writing, we accept that too. You can make puzzles. We have what's called a grid word, which is a crossword that we publish every issue, or we try to publish every issue. And we also used to have a section called halting problem, which is basically sort of a light math or logic puzzle. So things that have been in the halting problem in the past have included stuff like nonograms, which is sort of like Sudoku, except you're filling in squares to create a sort of image. And finally, you can send in Prof Quotes, which are quotes from professors that you find funny or weird or exciting or exposing. We accept those. Yeah.
All right, so we said you could write anything, and that's it. It's true. You can truly write about anything you want on mathNEWS. So here, as you can see on the slide, are a collection of titles from the initiative of mathNEWS this term. So you can write about serious things, you can write about funny things, short fiction, whatever you want, we'll take it. Oh yes, and as you can see, also take listicles too, and things, iconic part of mathNEWS. So yeah, whatever you can think of, we'll take it.
So as we said, you can also submit drawings to us. So this is all sorts of arts to us. This is all in all sorts of forms of media. You can submit drawings, you can submit comics, you can submit memes, you can also submit video games. We surprisingly have a strong indie video game publishing vibe recently. You can also submit music. We also happen to be probably the world's first independent newspaper and record publisher. Is that what they're called? Whatever those things are, like that like music artists are under. So yeah, we are a rather large media conglomerate by some definition of the word large. We are quite diverse. I believe that, in fact, that as we speak, lawmakers in the United States Congress are enacting antitrust legislation on us. But in the meantime, you can submit whatever you want.
Okay, so puzzles, we mentioned this earlier. So on the right is a sample of grid word. So these are just like crossword puzzles. They can be cryptic crosswords too. And basically, every term we'd like to have a grid master who is head of making crossword puzzles for us every week, going through solutions. So readers will submit solutions for prizes. So you have to look over solutions and grade them. And so if you like crossword puzzles and making them, hit us up because we're always looking for a grid master. And on the left is a sample halting problem. So halting problems even more open than the grid work because you can just, any puzzle idea that you've got, and we'll put it in. So that's number one. It's something. Any puzzle idea you have, we'll take it. We're also always looking for, what are they called? Puzzle masters. So if you like making puzzles, just come and talk to us.
So Prof Quotes, in a lot of ways, professors are not robots. They're human. Like humans, they are prone to make funny gaffes and funny jokes, which is where you come in. Your job, well, maybe I should not say job, but yes, your job and your civic duty is to send the funniest quotes you can get from your professors to mathNEWS, and then we will shamelessly republish them for the whole world to see. Sometimes your professors will say, "Oh man, this is going to go into Prof Quotes," or "Man, I really do not like seeing myself in Prof Quotes." Screw them, publish it anyways. Send it to us, we'll compile it, we'll publish it. We once had an entire page of Prof Quotes from a single prof. That was something. So don't ever worry you're sending too many Prof Quotes or too few. We always need more Prof Quotes. And as you can see, here are a couple of Prof Quotes from our highly esteemed professors. Be your own judge, be your own arbiter of the humorous quality of these quotes. We think they're pretty funny. We hope you do too. And we hope that you can help us find more funny quotes.
And as we like to say here at mathNEWS, most people only read the Prof Quotes. All right. So what's Prod Night? Maybe you've heard us mention it, you're not quite sure what it is. So Prod Night, mathNEWS releases every other week on Friday. So on Monday of that same week, we host a Prod Night. So yeah, allegedly it's fortnightly. In person, we would.
Fortnite.
Yep. So back when we were in person, we'd all meet together in a MC computer lab. We just write together, and then we'd order pizza, free pizza for everyone. But now, at least for the past year, we've just been hosting Prod Nights online on our Discord there. And so it's the same idea. Writers get together in a call and we just chat, shoot ideas about articles, stuff like that. And on the left, so you might be thinking, it just sounds like people get together in a room and they're all typing away at the workstations or typing away over a call in silence, because that's what you do when you write. But in practice, we don't actually get a lot of writing done during production nights. We just tend to, talk a lot. And what you can see over there is an excerpt from a recurring overheard at mathNEWS column. So there's just someone
these are all
recording
the things we say.
Yes. Yes, all the things we say, or all the things we type during Prod Nights. So you can see the kind of crowd that we've got every other week. All right.
So where are we? This is where I break the news to you that we in fact do have a social media presence that is only somewhat incompetent. I can say that because the editor who runs our social media is not here. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. We are on social media. You can find our website, which is currently down because there's a power outage on campus, at mathnews.uwaterloo.ca. If you're viewing the recording, hopefully it should be up by then. But yes, our website is where you can find all of our previous issues in very nice PDF form. You can download them, you can view them as you like, whenever you like. You can see the sort of stuff that we've said in the past, the sort of stuff that we also regret we've probably said in the past. There's that. And that's also the site where we sort of accept submissions. It's a WordPress site, so if you want to write for us, you can just hit one of us editors up, and we will happily create an account for you on that WordPress. So you can log in, you can write to your heart's content. Our email is mathnews@gmail.com. Very simple, very easy to type. That is also an alternative route of where you can send us articles, art, whatever. You can also ask us questions, email us. We love seeing emails. Our families have long abandoned us. Our friends think we're weird. So yes, emails, please send us emails if you have anything you want to ask us, or if you just want to know more about mathNEWS, any questions that weren't covered in this presentation. Twitter and Instagram. We are on the social media at UW mathNEWS. If you're into Twitter, we occasionally post memes and funny tweets. That's also where we tweet about our issues whenever they come out. Instagram is also where we do things like talk about our issues, announce prod nights. I think we do Instagram stories, so if you're into that, that's also a great way to stay informed on what we're up to and what we're doing. And finally, we have our Discord. As with any Discord, it's the place where people who write for mathNEWS, people who are interested in mathNEWS, sort of congregate. It's like Clara said, that's where we host our prod nights using Discord's wonderful voice chat feature, which has certainly never failed us in the past. It actually never has, which is amazing. So that about covers our social media presence. We don't have a TikTok. If someone wants to set that up, feel free to contact us. I don't know how I might feel about that, but if you're into that, maybe we can anoint you as our first ever social media editor or something.
Yeah, all of our editors are really old and we're not hip enough for TikTok.
Yeah, all of us, surprisingly enough, I don't think there is any editor, any of us are really into social media. We are indeed boomers. But yeah, so that's what mathNEWS is. If you ever need any more of a reason to join us, and we've elucidated so far, I think mathNEWS is a great place. There's no other place like mathNEWS on campus where you can sort of let your creativity flow free with anything, where you can sort of write anything, talk about anything. Like we are, dare I say, probably the most student newspapery of any student newspaper on campus. We're not like your boring high school newspaper where, there's a teacher that's breathing down your back and it's like, hey, if you talk about the principal, if you talk crap about the principal, I'm going to expel you. Nah, we will let you talk crap about the admins all you want. We'll let you complain all you want. We'll let you publish your fantasy, as long as it's not erotic. We do need to follow the laws of this land. And also, please don't send us erotic material. Yeah. Well,
newspaper.
So Jessica says, so newspapery, but without any newspaper. Once upon a time, before this pandemic was a thing, we published physical hard copies. In fact, I have a physical hard copy right here. I don't know if you can see it. But this is what we used to publish. We would print these out. In fact, editors would have to stay up all night working before the Thursday deadline. So we could print these and we would publish these, we would distribute them all across campus for people to read. But then pandemic happened, and now we literally cannot get back on campus without like forms and stuff. So if things are in person in the fall, most likely, yeah, we will be publishing on paper, on hard copy. Yes, we are still a newspaper. I guess you can consider us more of a magazine, but we do have an active paper publishing business. If you have any sort of questions about mathNEWS, like more of what we do, if you sort of want us to say like, if you sort of want like maybe what's an example of an article that's published in mathNEWS, feel free to ask away at the moment.
I have a question.
Yep.
So how often did you say the meetings were? Were they weekly?
Okay, so they're bi-weekly, every other Monday. So mathNEWS publishes 6 issues a term, and usually the first one is 2 to 3 weeks after the first day of school, the first day of class. So yeah, every other week, that's when we meet, and that's when an issue gets published. However, the great thing about mathNEWS is also there's no like hard commitment. It's not like if you show up to the first production night, we expect you to keep showing up every other production night. Like mathNEWS is something you can dip your toes in. When you find out maybe it's not for you, well, that'd be really unfortunate. But yeah, you don't have to. You're not obligated to show up to every single production night. So if you can't make it every other week, maybe you got like a midterm one day or something like that, or just super busy and so on one week, that's fine. You don't need to show up to production night.
And so you can kind of like commit anything at any time. Do you have to work with other people on your projects, or?
It's not like this isn't an sort of like academic paper. So you can do whatever you want. You can write your own articles, or you can collaborate with other writers to write articles. So it's kind of like it's kind of like you can sort of treat it as like, say, like your blog if you want. Yeah, basically you can write anything. There's absolutely no limits on how you there's absolutely no limits on how you might want, like how you, or no restrictions on how you can write.
Mm-hmm. It's really sad that the power outage is today, because I would suggest going to the mathNEWS website, looking at our back issues and seeing, the kind of things people write, but you can't do that right now. You're just gonna have to take our word for it for today.
Actually, there is I think you can grab some of the back issues off of the Internet Archive Wayback Machine.
Oh my God.
So here is a back issue. It will take a while to load, but here's an example of stuff that we've published this term, or actually last term. So if you want, you can click that link and you can see like sort of like the stuff that's inside. So yeah. We also have a mailing list. Unfortunately, that's on our website, so that is currently down. But for now, if you want to go on the mailing list, you can join our Discord, or join our Discord, message one of the editor roles, or send an email to us the old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm. We love emails so much. Any other questions? Okay. I'll take that as we're all good. No questions. Oh, is there a membership fee? No
No,
membership
there's not.
fee. Do you need to pay your MathSoc fee?
You don't need to pay your mathsoc fee. Okay, so technically, we are only allowed to let, like, only people in. Should I be saying this? It's a. Okay, if you are a mathsoc exec or a university exec or WUSA exec, there is nothing more in this recording. We are done. We're not going to be talking about anything more that you might find interesting. Okay, now that we got that over, technically we're only supposed to allow fee-paying mathsoc members, but in practice we let anyone write.
Yeah, people from other faculties. We had an incoming student who hadn't even like started university yet. Last year was
We even
writing for
had
us.
engineers write for us.
Oh. Yeah, like we're always open to new writers from any part of the UW community. In fact, if you wanted to try, we have one more production night in this term, which is coming up. The latest issue just published yesterday, so the next production night is Monday to 26. If you just join our Discord, you got all the details about when that's happening, and you can, join us. Any other questions? I'll just give it a minute. Okay, so I'm assuming there's no more questions. All right, so I think we can end off the meeting.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for attending. If you're viewing the recording, thank you for putting up with us for the past 20 minutes.
All right,
We'll see you around.
We'll see you in the fall. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.